I'm going to be rebuilding the Denver Broncos in today's Madden 25 rebuild. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. I would appreciate that. Now, I think a lot of people would agree that the Denver Broncos were definitely a surprising team going into this, drafting at quarterback Bo Nix in the first round. I personally thought was the wrong move. Now, am I saying he's a bad quarterback? No, what I'm about to say on this, but I think he's already near his ceiling, or he's already hit his ceiling. He has a high floor, low ceiling because of his age. He's already 24 years old. A lot of rookies come into the league 21, if not 22. 24, he's already a fully developed adult here. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me when I say this. I don't think he's going to be the rookie of the year. I think Brock Bowers should be the rookie of the year because he is on pace to have currently the greatest rookie tight end season in NFL history. So I think it should be Brock Bowers. Bo Nix is a close second, but again, this dude's already a fully developed grown man, unlike the 21, 22-year-olds. Yes, it makes a huge difference, and you can see a comparison here with Mac Jones, and I know that sounds crazy to say here, but Mac Jones was the runner-up for rookie of the year in his first year, and I thought, oh, I was wrong about Mac Jones. No, it turns out Mac Jones had already hit his ceiling immediately because he was already going into the league at 23 years old, and then in September he turned 24. So with these old quarterbacks, again, I'm not trying to hate on Bo Nix. He's having a great season. I just am wondering how he will do long term. But of course, as of now, he's having a great season, so I will not discount that on him, as he is 24 years old, star development 84 overall already. Madden has done him justice by improving his overall throughout the season, as they should. Again, he's having a great rookie season. And then you got Javonte Williams, who was honestly really good his rookie season. He got injured, and he's been solid still, but nothing crazy. I thought this guy was going to be an elite running back at one point, but I was wrong. And then we got Courtland Sutton, one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated receiver in the NFL. And then honestly, you got Marvin Mims as well. Troy Franklin, who I thought was going to be a lot better than he is. We're going to move him to the number 3. O-line here is honestly not bad. I know some of these guys let up a lot of sacks. Garrett Bowles just got a contract extension in real life. You got Adam Troutman. Need to fix a little bit more here on the offensive line. Ben Powers is honestly not bad. Defensively, it's a 3-4. Of course, I'm going to change it to a 4-3 because this is my rebuild, and I like those a lot better here. PS2 looks really, really good on this team, of course. Arguably, if not even really arguably, I think he is the best defensive back in the NFL. By defensive back, I mean cornerback. I just called them defensive backs. But anyways, let's see what we got for this team, as they're currently 9-5 in real life. And since they're 9-5 in real life, I forced the wins to 9-5. Obviously, these are not correct. I just forced the 5 losses, then the 9 wins. It doesn't matter. And then after that, the simulation, as you can see here, these are not forced. The simulation gave them a win, and then 2 losses here to the Bengals and the Chiefs, making them 10-7, and we are in the playoffs here to face the 11-6 Bengals, who probably aren't going to make the playoffs in real life. But again, these aren't the up-to-date actual records, and the Bills finished 17-0 on the season. Crazy. I mean, they only have 1 loss in real life right now, so they're doing really well, but we are 10-7 according to the simulation. Let's see if we can beat the Cincinnati Bengals to move on to the divisional round here, and we do not. The Bengals don't even make the playoffs in real life, probably. So anyways, let's move in to the offseason. This Super Bowl would be legendary, as the Buffalo Bills become the first 20-0 team in history. 17 regular season wins, first round bye, and then 3 playoff wins here, and winning their first ever Super Bowl. That would be so legendary if that happened. This would be an amazing Super Bowl. And the Bills and Lions played each other in real life. Bills won like 48-42. It was an amazing game. Taylor Rapp, though, wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. Sean McDermott, obviously Coach of the Year. Josh Allen wins Offensive Player of the Year as well. Matt Milano, Defensive Player of the Year. Crazy year. And Vavell wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for this Broncos team. That's crazy. I usually don't check the stats here in year number 1 because most of the wins are just forced, but Bo Nix does not get the Rookie of the Year over Vavell. And in simulation, he has 105 pass rating, 35 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. Crazy rookie year for him. And then Vavell here, 19 touchdowns, 1,100 yards in his rookie season. He's going to get star development, if not superstar development. And for the team upgrades, Vavell goes from normal to superstar development. That's awesome to see. And Courtland Sutton goes from an 87 to an 84. He's already regressing, as he is a 29-year-old. Really 3 overalls just for being 29. Seems kind of ludicrous to me. And then Bo Nix had a great rookie year. They didn't give him superstar developments. And then defensively, also keep in mind that Tua in this game is like an 86 overall superstar development. Jordan Love is like an 84 overall star development. I would say already Bo Nix right now and Jordan Love are both better than Tua. Tua hate, common slander from its fic. I'm going to change up this defense, as it looks like Locke here gets a star development upgrade. PJ Locke, he's already 28, so it doesn't really matter. It really sucks to say that. I don't want to say that like to be mean, but in Madden, once you start at the age of 28, well, once you are 28 in Madden, your character is just going to go downhill from there unless you have superstar development and you're a high overall. So in case you guys were wondering, this is the exact running playbook. Well, not running playbook, well, overall playbook that I run. Dallas offense is always cracked. Dak Prescott goes crazy in simulation, even though he doesn't go crazy in real life, but this is what I got going on. And I just noticed Peter Gaffney is the Broncos head coach. I'm assuming Sean Payton didn't sign the contract with Madden, so either way, sure, Peter Gaffney will be the head coach for us for now. Everything else looks good for now. I'm going to move John Franklin Myers and Zach Allen to the inside and then move Nick to the outside along with Jonathan Cooper. Zach Allen is 6'5", 285, so he can definitely play inside to defensive tackle. Maybe it's a slight bit light there for the position, but honestly not really. And then John Franklin Myers, 6'4", 290, easily can play defensive tackle as well. We're going to move Nick down to the edge, 6'3", 240. He's going to be the left end for us, and then Jonathan Cooper will be the right end. All right, so this is the adjusted defense here. Oh, Drew Sanders is so good off the edge. Do I cheese this? He's so good at edge rushing. He's a field general. He's not even like an edge rusher archetype. I kind of want to put him there. I'm telling you, this dude is so cracked at the edge rusher position. I'm not going to do it because it's super cheesy. I forget about him every time, but I'm telling you, this dude is another level whenever you put him at edge rusher. Take my word for it. Justin Strand is going to stay the second string position. I'm pretty sure I just said his last name wrong, but it's whatever. I'm going to move Drew Sanders to the outside. He's not going to be the edge, but if you guys do want to see some cheesiness, this is a realistic rebuild, so if you guys do want to do some cheesiness, just immediately trade for Drew Sanders. Since he's only a 73 overall, 74 now that he's an outside linebacker, he's going to be super cheap to get. He is broken at the edge position. Yeah, they're already putting him at rush defensive end. I hate when they do that just because it's so cheesy. It's so cheesy. I'm going to make sure he doesn't start at the edge rushing position because he is a field general. He's not supposed to be an edge rusher because, I mean, speed rusher. Hold up, what? He's a 74 speed rusher. Is he supposed to be there? His power moves are 74. His finesse moves are pretty good, but he's only 233 pounds, which is really light, but he's 6'5". He has a run stopper, power rusher, and he's kind of a pass coverage. I still think it's really cheesy. I don't know. This guy is like absolutely broken in Madden simulation. I'm going to put him at the sub linebacker and do that instead because, again, it's really cheesy, but you guys can test it for yourself if you want. For the players ready to negotiate, Cody Parton, I wouldn't mind back. No, not a 6-year deal, please. We're going to do it to 2 years. He's an 83 overall. He doesn't want to stay with us. I have a bunch of money, $20 million for 1 year. I might honestly do that. Javonte Williams is a cheap contract. He's young. He has star development. We'll keep him. Levi Wallace, God, no. You're trash, dude. Why is this guy not like a 62 overall? Anyways, Garrett Bowles, he got a contract in real life. I don't know what it is. Let me look it up real quick. Garrett Bowles' contract was a 4-year, $82 million. Dude, what? 4 years? In Madden, that's not good for me because he's already 33. He's gonna regress. But it already happened in real life, and I'm not going to do the exact specific numbers. This is just a bad contract for someone in Madden. Sure, in real life, it's a different situation, but in Madden, this is not the best. And he resigns on the 4-year contract, of course, because that's what happened in real life. And then Jaquan McMillan. Ooh, who is this guy? He's a defensive back. I don't know who this is, but sure, I mean, he's a 78 overall. He's young. Even though he has normal development, he's going to be a nice depth player for the team, so we're going to keep him. Zach Wilson, my GOAT, I'm not going to resign. Jonathan Cooper's already 27. I'm not going to re-sign him. Everyone else here, not Justin, and everyone else here, I'm just not interested in. I need a new punter, a new fullback, sure. So anyways, let's move into free agency. After free agency, I got everyone I wanted. I got Javon Holland. He's going to be our new strong safety. Then we got center Drew Dahlman. He's young. He has star development. Then I got Landon Roberts here just on a 1-year deal. Then I got Ryan Wright as our punter. He's wearing number 0 as a punter. That's crazy. So in the draft, I want to do a little bit of a draft recap. Well, not a recap, but a draft preparation here. I always like to pick up fullbacks in the later rounds because why not? I need a tight end. Troutman's not going to cut it. Ben Powers honestly isn't bad. I got a good offensive line here, so I'm just going to keep that for now. I want to focus on drafting a new edge rusher for sure, and then Javon Holland, let me move over Locke here. So that looks good there. Honestly, my corners here, who is this guy? Moss, Riley Moss, not Randy Moss. Riley Moss, star development, 2nd year in the league, 25 years old. Honestly, not bad. Then we have, of course, PS2 and then McMillan as well. We have nice depth at corner. So edge rusher is the main thing. I would like to draft a middle linebacker for the future, of course. And then After that, maybe even a backup safety. They actually are relevant in Madden simulation, just in general in gameplay too. So I would like to have a tight end, a fullback in the later round, a left guard, and then also an edge rusher and a middle linebacker. So obviously I'm not going to be able to get all of that, but let's see what we can get and move into the draft. Number 1 overall pick is the Saints. Even without cap room, they're going to take a QB in Justin Green, as they should, as we have pick number 22 in the draft. And ooh, there's a running back here. I love seeing running backs in the first round of Madden. In real life, I hate whenever people pick running backs in the first round. They're such an expendable position. This guy doesn't look bad. Doesn't really look worth a first rounder though. Power rusher John Redmond here, 6'3", 255 in Michigan. A block shedding, A pursuit here. Decent speed, good strength here. I mean, A power moves, A pursuit, A block shedding, A to C awareness. Doesn't look bad for a power rusher there. He's, oh, this QB, I don't know why we're scouting QB here. I guess the AI has us scouting that, but I definitely don't want that guy. Looking at the other power rushers, ooh, this guy, Logan Bayless, he already has A awareness. You already know I love to see that. A play rec, A hit power, A impact blocking, power rusher archetype. I think this has got to be the guy. He's not insanely athletic here. His speed isn't that crazy, but the A awareness already indicates he's going to be a high overall. A play rec, A hit power, A impact blocking. You love to see it. Logan Bayless is going to be the pick for us. Ranked 58 in the class, got him out at 22. Please have hidden development, normal development. That really sucks. He still looks really good. He's probably going to be a higher overall, but being 58 in the class was really unexpected. In round number 2, I would like to draft a middle linebacker, and there's a good one right here, and Lucas Hart out of UCLA, 6'1", 250, elite speed, elite jumping, good change direction, great strength, around a 4.4, A awareness, B play rec, block shedding, hit power tackle. Lucas Hart is going to be the pick here, as he is ranked 13 in the class, got him at 54. That makes up for a first round pick, and he has normal development. I'm going to start him over Landon Roberts immediately. Hopefully he can get star development off the rip. This guy's a projected first to second rounder. We're in the 3rd round. His skills don't look good, but he's 6'1", deep threat, 191 out of Butler College. Never heard of that. Great speed, elite acceleration. I mean, he's a first to second rounder, probably normal development, but this is a good steal right here. I feel like this is good value. Ranked 124 in the class, got him at 86. Normal development. It really still doesn't seem like a bad pick, and I'm going to replace him over Marvin Mims. This defensive tackle, Zaire Bronson here, he's probably going to have normal development. His skills don't look good, but he's 6'5", 307 out of Buffalo. Very athletic, great strength, great speed, great acceleration. Probably going to have normal development, but we'll see what he has right. Oh, dude, he looks terrible. He looks terrible. Athletically, he looks great, dude. I just missed. I just picked all normals in this draft. I don't think I've ever done that before. And then, of course, you already know I got to pick up my fullbacks here. Anyone with some crazy skills here. This one's a utility with 2 A's on the board. Really doesn't matter that much, but Tony Wood out of Nebraska, A catching, A lead block, elite speed, sure. Let's just pick up a fullback, because why not? It's the 6th round, ranked 60 in the class, got him at 166. My only hidden development in the class is my fullback. You know what? I'll take it. At least I haven't got a draft yet with no developments. And then I'm going to be looking for a kicker because Will Lutz is on the older side. Accurate. I want a power kicker, of course, because power kickers are just a lot better. B kick accuracy out of Kansas. He has solid kick power. That's it. And then this guy, Calvin Pritchett here, B kick accuracy out of Florida. Elite kick power. That's what you like to see. B accuracy, 71 class, got him at 182. Hidden development, wow, my special teams players be getting the hidden development. He's immediately going to start over Will Lutz. I'll probably cut Will Lutz. Also, that face card, dude has a triple neck as a kicker. Be real with me now. Look at his face compared to his body. Look how scrawny his body is, and then he has a dumpling for a head. Am I bugging? Like, look at him. This dude does not look healthy at all. He looks like he just got stung in the face by 10,000 bees. I'm changing this appearance. That face should not be allowed for anyone except for the big boys on the offense and defensive line. It's just going to bug me looking at this. Look at that. Does that look normal to you for someone who weighs 180 pounds? And also, we're just going to change his race. He's going to switch teams. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Makes a lot more sense here. He has 96 kick power. Yeah, sure, we're going to go with that. But anyways, for the rest of the draft, all normal developments, except for my fullback kicker. I did not pick up the safety. The AI did that, but 73 for Logan Bayless, not a bad overall. And then Hart, 75, 69 for Nate Randolph, 64 for the defensive tackle. But still, not the worst draft I've had, but it's definitely near the bottom there. And as a mentor QB, we're going to be picking up Andy Dalton just to boost the XP here for Bo Nix. And this is the team after the draft. My fullback is a 72 hidden hidden development. You know, I'll take it. I didn't pick up a tight end, unfortunately. Honestly, the offense is really good where it's at. Vavell, I'm assuming, is going to be playing in the slot, which he is, so I'll leave Marvin Mims. Do I want to leave him there? Let's move Randolph to the 2 and see what he can cook up. You could argue Troy Franklin, but Randolph could get Rookie of the Year, and that's what I'm banking on, so hopefully he could do something there. I know that seems crazy to start him over Mims, but I'm going to do it anyways. Offense looks pretty good for now. Defensively, I need to move Bayless here to the rush right end, and he is still a 75 overall. Everything looks pretty good here, honestly. Hart is going to be the number 1 here. Roberts is going to be the number 2. Specialist-wise, Javonte Williams is the starter there. Bayless is going to be moved up over Ellis, and then Drew Sanders, let's move him down so he doesn't suddenly just ball out. And then I don't like any of my sub linebackers here. Let's move Lucas Hart up. Yeah, everything else I got to adjust manually. But for now, year number 1 with the team, the actual year number 1. Let's move in at the midseason mark. And this is what I got for my sub linebackers before we move into the midseason mark. You got Lucas Hart, Drew Sanders, and then Roberts at the 3. So hopefully Hart can get star development at the end of the year. Then he won't be that bad of a pick. Same thing with Bayless. And we are 2-4 at the midseason mark. The Madden Broncos, well, the Madden team does not like the Broncos in simulation, as the Chiefs are just balling in every category, of course, as we have the 26th best defense in points per game. That doesn't make a lot of sense. 12th best offense definitely isn't bad. 28th rushing yards. It's kind of ridiculous how our defense is ranked so poorly. And no, it's not the playbooks. My playbooks perform very well sometimes. Sometimes they just don't because it's Madden and they just don't like to give you what you want. What do I want here, though, for my scouting national focus? Probably defensive tackle. I'd like to have at least some depth there. For the players ready to negotiate, Courtland Sutton's going to keep regressing, but I want to do a 1-year deal with him, and he actually re-signs on that, so he comes back. Zach Allen, I do like. Not for $18 million a year, I don't. We'll see how he performs. John Franklin Myers wants $15 million a year. We're just going to have to see how both these guys play, and I'm just going to re-sign the better one, let the other one walk. PJ Locke can walk. Nick, it just depends how he plays. He wants $11 million a year. We'll see how that goes. And then McLaughlin, he's a halfback. He's 24, but still, I just don't need him. Roberts, I'm not going to re-sign. He's 31, about to be 32. Singleton, I don't want. Andy Dalton, he's probably going to retire in simulation. Usually always does, but I'm going to keep him as a mentor QB if he wants to stay. Probably should have signed him for more years. And then all these other extras. We have Carson Wentz too. I don't want Will Lutz either. I need to start the other kicker. Completely forgot to start the other kicker, but is he the kickoff specialist? No, he is not the kickoff specialist. Let's just make him everything. Yeah, he needs to be the starter on everything because, of course, he has that hidden development. But anyways, for now, that's what we got going on. 2-4, probably not going to make the playoffs, especially with the Chiefs already being 6-0. And we finished 8-9, missed the playoffs. Defensive points per game is 21st, and just the rest of the defense is just mid. Offensive passing yards is 5th, though. Offensive points per game is 13th. I don't see how our defense can be ranked so poorly, coming off back-to-back wins to the Texans and the Raiders. If we already had 9 losses, why did we do that? I'd rather just have the better draft pick. We also finished at an 8 seed, which really sucks to be that close. Bo Nix, top 5 in passing yards, 15th passing touchdowns, 9th offense in the NFL, 12th best defense. What happened, dude? 17 interceptions all of a sudden, 96 pass rating, 30 touchdowns, 4,300 yards. Touchdowns and yards is nice, but 17 pass ratings. Come on, dude. Javonte Williams, no fumbles, but 13 touchdowns, only 3.8 per carry, though. Vavell here continues to do really well in simulation, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Courtland Sutton, 6 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Troutman, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Nate Randolph will not get the Rookie of the Year, so he's going to be benched. And then for the sacks, Garrett Bowles and my offensive tackle, Mike McGlinchey's already getting overpaid. Then Garrett Bowles is on a 4-year contract. I know offensive tackles allow more sacks than the guards, but like, come on, dude. And then 5 for Ben Powers, 5 for Dahlman. But Merez here, Miners, I believe is how you, I don't know how you say it. Quinn here is 0 sacks on the season. Hopefully he gets superstar development for that. Great year from him. Best offensive lineman in the AFC is Joe Thuney. How is it not? I guess it's because he has a worse record, which he can't control. Defensively, Lucas Hart with 113 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 1.5 sacks, and 6 pass deflections in his rookie year. 100 tackles in your rookie year, over 100 tackles is great. Hopefully he gets star development. Tackles for a loss, John Franklin Myers 16, 15 for Zach Allen, 11 for Logan Bayless, 11 for Nick, then sacks 9 for John Franklin Myers, 6.5 for Nick, 5.5 for Zach Allen, then 3.5 for Logan Bayless. So Logan Bayless did not do that well, honestly. And then For Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers, I'm probably going to re-sign them both now because they both had pretty good seasons. Then interceptions-wise, 6 interceptions for Javon Holland, 3 for Brandon Jones, deflections, 10 for Pat Surtain, 6 for Lucas Hart, and then 1 fumble, forced fumble for Lucas Hart and Riley Moss. And then safeties on the team, 2 for John Franklin Myers, defensive touchdowns is 0. John Franklin Myers did really well. And the Bills win back-to-back Super Bowls over the Niners, as it seems like the Niners can't seem to win a Super Bowl in recent years, as the Bills Super Bowl MVP is Gregory Rousseau. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. Andy Reid Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson Offensive Player of the Year. And there are no awards here for the Broncos. In the AFC West, Mitch Trubisky on the Raiders. Yeah, that's inevitable to happen. He retires. Then Cameron Johnston retires. Andy Dalton, of course. And then Garrett Bowles retires. So I don't have to deal with his contract anymore. I mean, he's not bad in real life. He's definitely pretty good, I would say. But in Madden, he had a long contract and he just allowed 10 sacks for my team. And for the overlook of the team, wow, my fullback comes with superstar development. I would have really liked that on my edge rusher and my middle linebacker. No other upgrades on the team. Cortland Sutton is regressing. Don't really want Marvin Mims either. He's only a 79 overall. He's 24, so he's definitely not bad. So I guess I wouldn't mind him as the number 2, which I should have kept him there, as Nate Randolph only goes up 3 overalls and does nothing, so should have guessed that. But Cortland Sutton, I'm going to need a new receiver 1. Vavell is probably still going to stay in the slot. Adam Troutman goes to a star development. That's not really relevant to me. Then defensively, Hart does get star development. Bayless gets star development as well. John Franklin Myers gets superstar, and then Javon Holland gets superstar development as well. So that's really nice to see for our team. I need a new left outside linebacker. Drew Sanders is the right outside linebacker. So a lot of good upgrades for this team. We're moving in the right direction. Let's move into the re-signing. For the players ready to negotiate here, Zach Allen, I do want back. Let's do 2-year contract. Honestly, not a bad shout. We'll do that for him. Then John Franklin Myers, I would like back as well. We'll do a 2-year deal with him as well, and he re-signs on that. So we got them both back. They both had a pretty good season. Nick, I honestly don't really want. I mean, he did give us some good numbers. Well, more like decent numbers. 6.5 sacks, 11 tackles for a loss. I can really find this in the draft anywhere. It's really nothing special. So I'm going to move on from him. I'm not going to pay him. Then everyone else here and all these extras, I'm just not interested in. Will Lutz can move on as well. Let's move in to the re-signings. Also, I want to check my kicker's development. And the kicker comes with star development. That's fine with me. We got Mark Andrews here in free agency and Tyler Linderbaum. I could move Drew Dahlman to left guard. Tyler Linderbaum wouldn't be a bad shout here. After free agency, I got Tyler Linderbaum, Taylor Moton, and Dax Hill on a pretty cheap deal. Taylor Moton's going to be the left tackle. Tyler Linderbaum's going to be the center, but then we're going to move Drew Dahlman to left guard. So O-line is solidified now. There's also Mark Andrews, who I went after, but he went to the Saints. So going into the draft, I would like to have another receiver. This isn't a bad core by any means, but it's not exactly what you want. I definitely need a tight end. My fullback cannot play tight end for me. I would not like that. And then, yeah, overall, the O-line looks really good for Bo Nix. Defensively, John Franklin Myers is the defensive tackle. I lost Nick, so we're going to get another edge rusher. Edge rusher is going to be the top priority. That's going to be first round. Second round, I would like to get a tight end. Third round, probably another linebacker, middle linebacker that I'm going to move to outside linebacker, and then I'll probably try and pick up some depth defensive tackle in the later rounds. So overall, again, not a bad team. There's just some more developing we need to do for the younger players. In round number 1, the Giants have the number 1 overall pick. I'm assuming it's going to be a QB, and it will be a defensive end instead. I don't really see any point in trading up at my pick, so we're just going to go to pick number 16 here. Still need a left tackle. Taylor Moton's not going to be the long-term option. Really good QBs on the board. Stacked class here. Good left tackle on the board too, but 2 speed rushers off the rip. And Dylan Goodwell, he is 6'2", 247 out of Georgia. F-zone coverage doesn't matter. He's an edge rusher. Great strength, good speed, good acceleration. Already seen some good stuff off the rip. Pretty balanced. B awareness, B block shedding, A finesse moves. You like to see him, but let's see if not Dylan Goodwell. The other one is better. I wish you could use the triggers on your controller to scroll down in the draft. That was a feature in the old Madden. For some reason, they took it away. Alex Allen, interesting name. We got double A here. Would have been cool if his middle name was with an A as well. He'd be triple A as his nickname, but 6'5", 256 at Ole Miss. Great speed, great strength, a little bit better athletically. A to C awareness, B block shedding, A finesse moves. Could take the bigger risk on this guy. Overall, he does look better athletically, though. There's a good tight end here. I'm not going to pick tight end in the first round because I need that edge rusher more. The edge rusher's down the board. This right end is 302. He's not going to fit in our scheme. And this left end here is 271 I mean, he's more of a 3-4 defensive end. What does he look like? Great strength, runs a 4.78, solid speed. Doesn't, honestly, looks pretty good, but this is, again, more of a 3-4 defensive end there. I want this edge rusher here in Alex Allen. I think this guy is going to be the pick at Ole Miss. Just a lot more athletic than Goodwell here. A to C awareness, kind of taking a risk on that, but A finesse moves, B block shedding, similar to the other guy. D zone coverage doesn't really matter here, as he is ranked 51 in the class, got him at 16. Another miss by me. Hidden development, honestly not a miss, and honestly Bayless wasn't a miss either, considering that he has star development. We just need to develop these players over time, so he's going to be the new starting edge rusher. Round number 2, need a tight end. Wow, these top 5 QBs are still on the board. Darren Gizzy, Glizzy basically, dude, as his last name. Good strength, good throw power, poor acceleration, A awareness. I'm interested to see how good this guy is after the draft. A awareness is interesting, and he's still in the second round. Second round, we could go with Pritchett here, Nate Pritchett. We have our kicker named as Pritchett as well. Elite speed, decent strength as a left tackle. Doesn't really make me want to draft him, but there's a tight end here in DeAndre Smith. B awareness here, B run block, vertical threat, and he still has B run block as well. 6'2", 256, great speed, great strength, great agility, decent acceleration, F impact blocking. He's not really a blocker in general. His route running doesn't look amazing, but his athleticism does look pretty good here. Is there anyone else better? There's A's across the board with Eddie Nash here, as he is A run block out of Vanderbilt, 6'6", possession, 270. I mean, great speed still, A awareness. His blocking looks really good. His route running looks good. I'm going to wait to take Eddie Nash, and I'm going to go get another linebacker instead. Linebackers are all 3 to 4 rounders as well. This guy, Curtis, DJ Curtis, he has elite speed, good acceleration, A zone coverage. He looks pretty good, but I'm not willing to reach. Let's see if there's a defensive tackle. Second or third round here, run stopper. Jason Williams, 306, 6'6", A tackle, B block shedding, elite strength, great acceleration. All I need to see. This guy is going to be sick for us. Ranked 14 in the class, A+ pick, ranked number 48. Normal development, of course, dude. Why do you even do that? Why do you make them such a high rank just to have them normal development? That's ridiculous. Third round, hopefully my tight end is still there. I really do want him as my possession tight end. Yes, Eddie Nash is here. He's going to be a high overall. His physicals and his skills in general just look great. A awareness is going to put him at a high overall. Ranked 107 in the class. Got him at 80. Hidden development, that's what you like to see. He's not a vertical threat, but he's still going to be the starting tight end for us. Round 4, kind of neglected linebacker here. It wasn't a huge need for us, but it's still something that I do want here, so there's not really any good linebackers there. Ooh, a day 3 one. We're on round 4. Marcus Harvin here out of Oregon State, 6'2", 240, great speed, elite agility, good acceleration, A awareness. Not really good skill-wise, but we're in a 4th round. He has A awareness, 90 in the class, got him at 112. Hidden development, that was a great pickup, doing a lot better in this draft. Now, since I scouted the defensive tackles, he's around 3 to 4 talent, but he's projected to be a UDFA. I'm in the 5th round. His skills don't look good, but physically, elite strength, great acceleration, 6'2", 304 out of Oklahoma. Joseph Booth in the 5th round here, ranked 112, got him at 144 here. Normal development, but again, he looks really good for a 5th round pick. That's really good value. After the draft, Alex Allen, 74 overall, 77 for defensive tackle. Jason Williams, but he has normal development. Tight end, Eddie Nash, 70 overall. Hidden development, Marcus Harvin here, really good value, 71 overall, hidden development. Booth, normal development, 69. Picked up this offensive tackle in the 7th round. He's only a 65, but honestly, pretty good draft. And now we're getting another mentor here for Bo Nix. This time it's going to be Matthew Stafford as the mentor. This is the team after the draft. I guess the AI picked up some depth tight ends, which is fine with me. Then we got Eddie Nash here, which is cool. He's a 73 overall after the preseason XP. Marvin Mims, is he going to be the number 2 or is he going to be the number 3? Cortland Sutton's in the slot. I'd rather have Avell in the slot. Mims is going to be the number 2 receiver. And then Cortland Sutton's going to stay at the number 1. Vavell is going to be the slot. And of course, my superstar fullback, great offensive line. Bo Nix has everything he needs to succeed here. Sure, we don't have an elite receiver, but we still have really good receivers in general. Defensively, we got Allen here and then Harvin. Harvin's going to move to left outside linebacker, and then Allen, I'm going to move down to defensive end. So the team looks really good. Defense has heavily improved. Allen here, sure, he's not as high as overall as Nick, but still, I think it's Nick Batonio is how you say his last name. I've been trying to avoid saying that. Harvin's a good player there. Still need more depth at middle linebacker, which I know sounds crazy after I've already drafted back-to-back years of them, but still, this D-line looking better. Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers are both regressing. Hopefully, Allen and Bayless can develop in time. I mean, secondary looks great. There's really nothing I need more than my younger players just to develop. My entire linebacking core needs to develop. My edge rushers need to develop. Offensively, Bo Nix needs a little bit more developing. And then O-line looks really good. I'll probably need some new receivers in the future. We're currently in 85 overall. Year number 2. Let's see what we got at the midseason mark. Midseason mark, we are 5-2 here, top of the division over the 5-2 Chiefs. You'd love to see it. Offensively, we're 8th in rushing yards, 27th in points per game, though. Defense is carrying us, 4th in points per game. Offense really lacking there. I don't know why. Offensive line is good. Bo Nix has literally everything he needs. Sure, he doesn't have an elite receiver. Great offensive line, good running back help, some new players in the tight end, and of course, superstar fullback. Obviously, that doesn't really matter. But we have a linebacker breakout challenge here, and it's going to be Drew Sanders with the breakout challenge. That'd be pretty cool if I remember to do the breakout challenge. I always forget. And Drew Sanders now has superstar development. I guess it's not even a breakout challenge. They just gave it to him. Get running back, not running back, right outside linebacker Drew Sanders, 7 tackles and 1 tackle for a loss for his challenge. Does that really matter? I just said I got superstar development. Why does it matter if I even complete that goal if you've already given me this superstar development? I guess more XP. And yeah, he just gets superstar development. I don't know how that works. I guess he had a really good week last week. He's not even on the weekly awards tabs, but sure, dude, I guess I'll take it. For the scouting national focus, I'm going to do a receiver here. I need a new one over Cortland Sutton due to his age. And for the players we get to negotiate, Marvin Mims, he hasn't been doing too much for us, but he's 24, star development, young, really cheap contract, 4 years for him. He's going to re-sign. Riley Moss here, young, star development, cheap contract, only $5 million a year, 4-year contract. He re-signs. Drew Sanders doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like the scheme fit. Womp womp, buddy. We are 5-2, and we're 4th in the league for points per game, so I'm going to overpay for him, and he re-signs. Brennan Jones, I wouldn't mind back, but he's already going to be in regression. He's definitely not going to make it to an 85 overall. We're going to see how he performs. Cortland Sutton, I wouldn't mind back for another year if I can't find a receiver replacement, only $8 million, and he says he wants me to commit to him. Dude, you're already 30. You're about to be 31 at the end of the season. Taylor Moton, it depends how you play. Greg Dulcich, don't really want you. This QB, dude, again with this face skin, stop giving these guys triple necks. It's a QB, and he's only 222. You make him look like he's 300 pounds. Ben Powers, probably not. Yeah, I already got your replacement in Drew Dahlman for now. All these other extras don't really want. Matthew Stafford will probably retire, but I want to keep him as my mentor QB. Pretty expensive for a backup there, $5 million a year. But let's see if Drew Sanders can beat his challenge, something that I actually remember this time. Let's see if we can beat the 1-6 Cardinals. We beat the Cardinals pretty bad, 31-17. Well, I guess only by 2 scores. But linebacker breakout challenge, and we have a defensive back breakout challenge. I didn't try to do too much, but I felt like maybe I should have tried to make some more plays, but I still think we did some good things on defense. I mean, you only held him to 17 points. I mean, he got some XP, and he's on the rise, +5 awareness, pursuit, and tackle for right outside linebacker Drew Sanders. So, sure, I'll take the free XP. But now we have a DB breakout. Is he automatically just going to get the development trait, or do I actually have to work for it this time? And this is for Jaquan McMillan. I mean, day to day, does it really matter? I mean, does it really? Sure, day by day. That's what I'm going to say. Game day challenge. +1 tackle for a loss, forced fumble, or sack development trait. Dude, he's a defensive back. Why would he get any of those? Why not deflections or, interceptions? He's a defensive back. And no, he was a defensive back, and I now have another linebacker challenge. Dude, how long is this going to last? We're 7-2 after beating our rivals in the Las Vegas Raiders. Showed some flashes, but I'm not convinced yet. Dude, why am I even doing these? And he gets 1,000 XP, but that's about it. I want to keep doing these challenges because if they're free breakout challenges, why not, Let's see what we have here. Is this going to be Drew Sanders again? That'd be pretty sick. Keeping an eye on, I don't even know, how's this challenge for him? Who are we looking at? Marcus Harvin? Okay, sure. Let's do that. Let's see if Marcus Harvin can get a development upgrade. So let's see if he can get this development upgrade, as we've been doing this for quite a while now, facing Matthew Stafford's former team as a backup. Let's see if we can beat them. And we're going to beat the Rams as we move to 8-2. We are on a bye week. I see no more breakouts here. Let's do the recap here. We are on a total winning streak. 8-2, definitely going to make the playoffs here. Let's see if we got that breakout challenge. And I didn't have the game I wanted. Oh my gosh, what is the point in doing any of this if you guys just aren't going to perform? Come on now. Anyways, finally, let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, coming off a loss to the Chiefs to a win to the Texans. We are 12-5 here as we are top of the division. You like to see that, so we're getting home field advantage as we are the 3 seed here, as the Bills and the Bengals, and the Bills and the Bengals finished 12-5. Colts finished 13-4, get the 1 seed. Our defense, 3rd in points per game, offense 14th, so they have improved. Defensive passing yards is 7th. That's what I like to see. And Bo Nix, extremely mid. 13th best offense, 11th best defense. Pass rating's good. Cleaned up the interceptions. 105 pass rating, 7 interceptions. Top 10 in pass rating, but 17th in passing touchdowns, 15th in passing yards. In real life, this is a great season. In Madden, it's different. Almost 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 105 passer rating here. And his longest was 50 yards, got sacked 33 times. Honestly, that's not bad. Rushing wise, you got Javonte Williams here, 1,200 yards, 4.8 per carry, 12 touchdowns, no fumbles, huge improvement. Hopefully he gets superstar development. Vavell with 1,000 yards, 17 touchdowns. That should be X factor there. He's a baller in simulation, dude. Cortland Sutton, only 3 touchdowns, but 920 yards. Eddie Nash, the rookie tight end, 76 receptions, 840 yards, 3 touchdowns, outperforming Marvin Mims here. Marvin Mims only has 1 more touchdown than him. And then sacks here allowed. Mike McGlinchey sucks, dude. Drew Dahlman, 7 for Taylor Moton. Honestly, for his age, that's not bad. I'm going to give him a resign and not resign in. And then Tyler Linderbaum with 3, and then 1 for Quinn, who's been great for us. Lucas Hart with 107 tackles for a loss, 18 for Zach Allen, 15 for John Franklin Myers, 10 for Alex Allen, 8 for Jonah Ellis here, and sacks 10.5 for Jonah Ellis. I guess he was starting over Bayless, which I didn't want to happen, but now that I know this, if he gets star development, I'm going to start him over Bayless. If he gets star development, it's relying on that. Alex Allen, rookie year, 10 tackles for a loss, 10 sacks. He's been doing great. 6.5 sacks for John Franklin Myers, 5.5 for Zach Allen. Interceptions, 3 for Jaquan McMillan and Javon Holland. Deflections here, 10 for Drew Sanders, 10 for Lucas Hart, 9 for Patrick Surtain here. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns and 0. Can we beat the Los Angeles Chargers here to move on to the divisional round? And we do not. Another wild card loss for us, as we had one in the first year. But anyways, let's move in to the offseason. And the Bills win 3 Super Bowls in a row here with Josh Allen as the Super Bowl MVP. Al McDaniels, Giants' new QB, is the NFL MVP. Shane Steichen is the Coach of the Year. Josh Allen, Offensive Player of the Year. Again here, Seahawks get Darren Gizzy. I forgot to look at him. I knew he was going to be goated, dude. The Gizzy himself. He was goated, and he was a top 5 QB prospect, and nobody took him all the way in the 2nd round. I want to see what the Gizzy's about. How could I forget about the Glizzy Gizzy, bro? Let's see this guy. He's a superstar development. Did he come with this, or did he already get this? It looks like he got upgraded to it, but he's honestly not bad. Why was the Glizzy Gizzy not taken? He was a top 5 prospect. Wow, he is won Offensive Rookie of the Year too. For the team upgrades though, offensively, we all look the same. Nash is only a star development. Cortland Sutton is living off of morale. And then defensively here, anyone else? Alex Allen is a superstar development. You love to see it. Did he earn that, or did he get that? He earned it here. Let's just change his abilities real quick. And then we already knew that Drew Sanders came with superstar development. And then Ellis, he gets star development. I didn't know he was like that. Jonah Ellis here, he gets star development. He's 24 years old. Let's move him down to defensive end. If he puts up 10.5 sacks, leads the team in sacks, why would I start Bayless over him? Bayless is going to be the number 2. Ellis is going to be the starter there now. Flip those guys around. Yeah, Ellis is going to start over Bayless just for that. Sure, Bayless is now depth, which sucks for him, but it is what it is. The defense looks really good. You'll love to see it. I didn't expect Ellis to be so good. I can't believe I missed him earlier, but I'm glad I did. And again, the defense looks really good. And Zach Allen also gets superstar development, I forgot to mention. But these guys are in their 30s now, so they will be regressing. Hopefully that superstar development will prevent them from regressing from too long. And then I was really hoping Javonte Williams was going to get an upgrade, but he didn't. And for the re-signings, I'm going to accept the option for Bo Nix. Brandon Jones, I didn't really see much of him on the stat sheet, but I want to give him 1 year. He doesn't want to re-sign. That's fine. I'll pick him up in free agency if he doesn't want to return. Cortland Sutton, I'm going to give him the exact same offer. He doesn't want to be here. That's fine. He can walk. And then Taylor Moton, honestly, did pretty good for us. I'm going to do a 1-year contract with him as well. He re-signs for us, especially for his age. And then everyone else here, I'm just not interested in. And, ooh, in free agency, Fred Warner off the rip. I have the money. I would love to have Fred Warner on the team. The Raiders are in the running for it. We're in the running for it. We'll see who gets that one. And then we have Brian O'Neill. Wouldn't be a bad shout with how bad Mike McGlinchey has been playing for our team. Kenny Moore is not a bad shout there either. Theron Payne, not bad either, but he's also 30, don't really need him. And the best receiver in free agency is Courtland Sutton. I'm not really about that, so I might just trade for a wide receiver 1 at this point. Don't really like anything other than Fred Warner. Let's see if we get him. We do not. That's so unfortunate. He's going to go to the Raiders. It really sucks for us. I really don't like anything in this free agency. I don't need defensive back. Sure, middle linebacker I don't necessarily need with Hart, but it would have been really nice to have Fred Warner. My defense isn't the problem. It's my offense scoring points in a game, which that would be really nice. Even though the Chargers dropped 28 on our head, I need to get a new wide receiver 1. I think I'm going to make a trade happen to get that. So this may not seem like a good trade. Bayless, I know we spent a first-round pick on him. I'm trading away my pick 24 in the draft, my third-round pick, and of course Bayless. So basically 2 first-round picks for 90 overall Drake London. I need a receiver. I don't need draft picks. I need my team just to develop, and I can't wait a couple more years for development. I need this receiver 1. Drake London is the guy. Bo Nix has been performing decently. We have everything in place. We have all the pieces we possibly need. Just need a little bit more development. Sure, I'll pick up a new free safety in free agency. Also have a second-round pick. I could draft one as well. Jonah Ellis is the guy. Yes, I know Jonah Ellis only provided for 1 year, but we'll see how he does. So got a 4-year contract for Ronnie Hickman, star development, young. I mean, he's not crazy good. I mean, he's just about the same overall as Brandon Jones. Still going to be looking to draft a different free safety in the second round, but we'll see. And the Cardinals get the #1 overall pick in the draft here. I'm just going to simulate to my pick, as they're going to pick an offensive guard, dude. They picked an offensive tackle, now a guard. Come on, man. Probably going to just be looking for a free safety, and well, one just falls right into my lap in the second round. Wait, no, the Cardinals picked a guard in the second round because I didn't have a first-round pick. My bad. But Marcus Snow here out of Virginia, 5'9", 212, great strength, solid speed, great acceleration, elite agility here, 4.49, A awareness, B block shedding, man coverage, hit power, and tackle. He looks good. Marcus Snow, we'll get him a rank 7 in the class, got him at 56. Absolute steal. I'm immediately going to make him the starter. And then, of course, we don't have a third-round pick, and we didn't have a first-round pick. I'm cool with this. We already have a good draft. 4th-round pick. I'm going to spend it on a middle linebacker here. This pass coverage one already has A awareness here. Eric Wilder out of Alabama, 6'2", 225, great speed, skip the combine. You already know he's a baller. A zone coverage, awareness, hit power. He's going to be the pick here in the 4th round. Ranked 114, got him at 120. Hidden development, still having a good draft despite limited draft picks here. You love to see that. Let me see if I can get depth at my defensive tackle position. And I did draft some depth at the defensive tackle position. Ryan, weird way to spell it. Brashad, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but either way, ranked 145, got him at 152. Normal development, 92 strength, 6'5", 311, 83 strength, A stamina, B play rec. Got him because he had elite strength, so I'm just going to skip to the end of the draft. Honestly, really not bad. And again, limited draft, but a 77 overall in the late 2nd round, 70 overall for Wilder here, 68 for Brashard. And I didn't pick these two guys, but still, really good draft for the really limited amount of picks we had. Getting Drake London as well, really productive free agency, really productive off-season in general. Let's see what we have for year number 3. This is the team moving into year number 3. Bo Nix has everything. I mean, he was mid last year. He was kind of 15th, just middle of the pack. Last year wasn't really the best. You have your elite wide receiver 1, elite offensive line here. Every option you could possibly want on your offense. Defensively here, Alex Allen's doing good, and then you got Wilder, you got Snow, who's immediately going to become the one. I'm hoping he has superstar development, but he's only 1 overall lower, and he's a rookie compared to Hickman. And still, having these depth safeties are good for the team in general. There's just so much good stuff. They're just not really high overalls, other than, of course, PS2 and maybe you see here with Javon Holland, but some of them are just producing good numbers here. Vavell is in the slot. Snow is not going to be there. Everything else looks good there. Why is Drew Sanders on the edge? I hate it when they do that. I want Drew Sanders here. Snow is not going to be the sub linebacker. Let me change all that manually, but you guys will see the cut to the midseason mark. And then, of course, I'm going to need to sign a new mentor QB, so I'll do that in a second. So I'm going to be signing famous Jameis Winston here, the Knoll man himself, as the mentor QB. I'm sure Bo Nix will throw a lot of interceptions this season with him as a mentor. And now that I'm cutting someone on my roster, it's going to readjust my entire roster. Dang it, dude. Midseason mark, we are 5-2, back-to-back years coming off a win to the Raiders and the Packers here, as we have the 10th best offense, 10th best passing yards, just top 10 across the board in offense. 2nd in allowing points in the league, 15th in passing defense. Doesn't really make sense. We should be like top 5 easily. 10th in rushing defense, though, as we are currently 6th seed, as the Chiefs are 2 seed because they are 5-1, probably have a win over us too. Scouting national focus, I really don't need much. I'm just going to go with defensive tackle. And for the players ready to negotiate here, Jonah Ellis, it depends how he performs. I'm going to wait on that. He had a really good year in the first year, but well, in the second year. Vavell, he's already 29. He's regressing. I didn't think he would already be on the fall off this quickly. John Franklin Myers, Zach Allen, it just depends how you perform. And then Billy Reiner here, probably not. He doesn't even want to be here. Troy Franklin, probably not. All these other extras. And Mike McGlinchey's been terrible for us. And then Taylor Moton, depends how he performs. A lot of these guys are just in a performance here. We'll see how it goes. But for now, let's see if we can make the playoffs. Probably will. And here we are in the playoffs, 12-5 again, coming off a Week 17 win and a Week 18 loss. We saw that last year too, as our offense completely just fell off. And then our defense still stayed strong. So that's why we finished 12-5. And we also took the division over the Chiefs. They fell short at 10-7. They were 5-1. But we're 12-5 at a 2 seed. Really would have been nice to get that number 1 seed. Bo Nix here, oh my gosh, 24th in passing yards, but 9th in passing touchdowns, 20th passer rating. Didn't get to see the offense there, but we had the 4th best defense. Let me see the offense again. I just missed the yards there. We had the 22nd best offense, not what you want to see. Defense, though, was really good and it carried us, but 38 touchdowns to 11 receptions, 105 pass rating, 3,800 yards. This is a good season in real life, but in Madden, he's 24th in passing yards, which seems ridiculous. That must be an extremely competitive league. Let's see the top passing leaders if he's 24th in the league. Yeah, Mahomes was there. Everyone had so many. Brian Moore for the Cardinals, apparently he's balling. Michael Penix is balling for the Falcons too now. Javonte Williams, 2 fumbles this time, 8 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, 1,100 yards. A little bit worse than last season, but still not bad. And then Vavell finally gives us a season under 1,000 yards, but just by 10 yards, then 9 touchdowns. Then Drake London, 4 touchdowns, 900. Dude, I gave up so much for you. You better produce more than this. And I know you could put him at wide receiver 1 in the slot, and he's going to be broken, but that's not realistic. That's just cheesy. I don't want to do that. Marvin Mims, 7 touchdowns, 700 yards. Eddie Nash, 600 yards, 9 touchdowns. And then for the sacks here, sacks 9 for Mike McGlinchey. I mean, this is his best season yet that I've seen. I'm still not going to re-sign him. Dahlman was 7 for Taylor Moton, 6 for Quinn, and then 6 for Linderbaum here. So really not the worst ever. McGlinchey, we're going to move on from him. Taylor Moton, I'm going to re-sign him again. Honestly, really not a bad season for his age. And 7 sacks allowed really isn't bad at all for an offensive tackle. How many times did Bo Nix get sacked? 36 times. A little bit more this year, but really not that much of a difference. Drew Sanders, 114 tackles. Tackles for a loss, 15 for Zach Allen, 14 for Jonah Ellis, 12 for John Franklin Myers, 11 for Alex Allen, 7 for Drew Sanders. Sacks 23 for Alex Allen, 13.5 for John Franklin Myers. Alex Allen is a baller. He's going to get X Factor. 7.5 for Jonah Ellis. Of course, he's still going to be the starter because Bayless is gone. Then 5.5 for Zach Allen. Interceptions, 4 for Drew Sanders and Jaquan McMillan. And then deflections on the team, 6 for Drew Sanders and Jaquan McMillan. And then safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Jaquan McMillan. Most sacks in a season here is by Josh Hines Allen in 2027 in this season. So he's probably going to get Defensive Player of the Year. But Alex Allen did really, really well this season. Your league MVP is Justin Green here. Bo Nix not even close to the league MVP, but AFC, let's go Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, Josh Hines Allen. Then Alex Allen's going to get X Factor. Despite being the runner-up, still had an amazing season. Let's see if we can beat the Denver Broncos, not the Denver Broncos, the Indianapolis Colts, as we are the Denver Broncos, the 2 horse teams, I guess, if you want to say that. And then we do beat them 17-10. Here to face the 11-6 Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me see real quick. They definitely still have Trevor Lawrence at QB, right? In real life, he's not good, but in Madden, it's a different story, yeah. In Madden, why does he still have... Okay, so Madden finally did give him star development, but he's cracked in simulation, but he's not good in real life. Can we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars to move on to the conference championship here? And we do. Here to face the 11-6 Houston Texans. We're better than them in every way. We're 3 overalls higher. Let's see if we can beat them in this conference championship to move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Houston Texans. They're going to start out with nothing. We're going to respond with 7. Great start for the team. 3-7 game. We're going to make it 14-3. Offense and defense playing well. 14-10 at halftime. Opening up halftime. We're doing great right now. 27-10. Defense holding strong, and that will do it. Offense domination. Defense holding the Texans to under 20 points. 34-17 as we will be moving on to the Super Bowl. Here we are to face the Detroit Lions. We're both a 90 overall team. We have the same defense. They have a slightly better offense though. Pretty even game here versus the Detroit Lions. Let's prevent them from getting their first ever Super Bowl win. But for the team upgrades, offensively, we look the exact same, unfortunately. Defensively, let's see what we got here. Also, I forgot to give Quinn, superstar development, because he had no sacks on the entire year, but we're already past that now, so it doesn't matter. Snow comes with superstar X Factor. You love to see it. What a legendary offseason. Well, he got promoted to X Factor, so he came with superstar development. We had Drake London, Snow, who's now an X Factor. We had the linebacker at depth, Wilder, who only has star development, but it's fine. Alex Allen gets 23 sacks in a season, runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, and he doesn't get a development upgrade. But Marcus Snow, who wasn't even at the top of the stat sheet for anything, gets X Factor. You're smoking so hard, dude. Alex Allen deserves that 100%. But for the rest of the defense, Pat Surtain has 2 remaining XP points, so I guess he's 101 overall at this point. Ellis did solid for us, not really as good as last year. Still, really good year for John Franklin Myers. Didn't he have like 13 sacks or something? He had a good amount, 13.5 sacks. I would argue that's X Factor, especially for a defensive tackle, but I've already given it to Alex Allen, so I don't want to cheese the system too much. If it was a dominating season like Alex Allen, obviously it would be different, but let's see if we can beat the Detroit Lions here to win another Broncos Super Bowl. Here we are versus the Detroit Lions. They're going to open up with nothing. We respond with nothing. They score their first points, 3-0 game, 7-3 after that bomb pass there. End of second quarter, opening up half. We're going to make it 14-3 still in the fourth quarter, 6-14. Defense holding strong, and they will carry us to a Super Bowl win, just like in 2015. Defense wins champions, 17-6 here against the Detroit Lions, preventing them from getting their first ever Super Bowl win, and this will be a successful rebuild, but we're not done yet. We still have one more year to go. Let's see if we can build a dynasty with this Broncos team. It's a pretty sick team, especially the defense. Let's see what we got here and who the Super Bowl MVP is. Your Super Bowl MVP is Vavell here. Justin Green, Saints QB, is the league MVP. Puka Nacua, Offensive Player of the Year. Josh Hines-Allen, Defensive Player of the Year. Must have had a crazy year there, but Brian Moore is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. No awards here for the Broncos, of course, other than the Super Bowl MVP. Let's see if we can go on a crazy dynasty here and go back-to-back Super Bowls. In the AFC West, nobody retires. And for the players ready to negotiate, Jonah Ellis might as well try and retain the entire team. This is way too expensive, but you might as well just try and retain the entire team. I mean, I'm going to have Bo Nix contracts coming up. Vavell here, sure, let's just do this contract. Just retain them, and he just doesn't want to be here. All right, after winning the Super Bowl MVP, Zach Allen, let's do a 2-year contract for him. Again, just trying to retain the entire team, considering we are a Super Bowl winning team. John Franklin Myers, he wants to re-sign on that, and he does. And then all these other extras, I'm really just not interested in. Do we have any? I mean, yeah, Mike McGlinchey was just terrible for us the entire year, and we still have money left over. Taylor Moton, again, not bad. I'll do another 1-year contract with him. He resigns $54 million. That's most likely going to go all to Bo Nix, but thankfully we don't have to pay him for until next season. So let's see what we have in free agency. Need a new right tackle and a new receiver. We also have Jahmyr Gibbs in free agency. Creed Humphrey. This is a stacked free agency. Oh my gosh, I could have Jalen Carter. Xavier Worthy is the #1 need here, though. Terrion Arnold. This is a loaded free agency. The entire Lions roster is in free agency. Gibbs here. You got Terrion Arnold, Jack Campbell. Yeah, they're all just in free agency. Couldn't afford to pay them anymore. So I think I'm actually going to go with Ed Oliver here. Probably going to be cheaper than Jalen Carter. So let's do a 1-year deal with him. And I don't really have to worry about Bo Nix contract, but I will anyway. And after free agency, we get Xavier Worthy to replace Vavell, and then we get a Lee McNeil here on a shorter term deal. I mean, it's 3 years, but still $7 million left in cap room. I'm just going to deal with it in the next season. I mean, it's the final season anyways. Let's just skip into the draft. We literally don't need anything else. Actually, I forgot to get a right tackle, so we're going to need that, but Xavier Worthy is the 2. I mean, we have a great receiving core around Bo Nix. He should be top 5 in everything. Amazing defense. Literally don't need anything else. And the Panthers have the #1 overall pick again, and they will pick an offensive tackle. And with our pick, where is the nearest offensive tackle? Really nothing on the board here. A pass protector, 2nd or 3rd rounder, Ezekiel Gaines out of Washington. So many A's across the board. 6'5", 310, great speed, only decent strength. I really hate to see that, but I can't ignore these skills. A's across the board. Looks really good there. Ranked 96, got him at 32. Normal development, sure. Then in the 2nd round, we got Greg Webster out of Ohio State. A zone coverage, B pursuit, pass coverage archetype, elites everywhere. Looks really athletic. F block shedding, don't care. He's a pass protector archetype here. So many A's, ranked 88 in the class, got him at 64. Hidden development, more depth for the amazing defense that we already have. Round number 3, should I just pick another depth tight end because I don't need anything else? Cecile Barton out of Florida State, 6'3", 254, good, good, good. Elites, like to see that. B and A, sure, we'll just pick him. He's probably going to be normal development. Ranked 152, got him at 96. Normal development, doesn't really matter. Let's just skip into the end of the draft. After the draft, Ezekiel Gaines, 71, not really that good of a player, and then 71 for Webster, 68 for Barton. Then I didn't pick this guy, Javier Glover here, normal development. Didn't really pick anyone after that. Let's just move into the fourth and final season. Fourth and final year, the only thing that regressed on this team was my right tackle. 91 overall, better than last season. Bo Nix still hasn't got up to superstar development. Really good receiving core for him. Again, he has everything he really needs. Got Webster as depth. I guess this AI picked up Butler and this guy named Jackson. Just more depth for our amazing defense, specialist-wise. Drew Sanders, get off my line. Ellis is supposed to be over there. Why is the AI so dumb 90% of the time? Zach Allen, since he has superstar development, is going to be the rush defensive tackle. Everything else there is fine. Why is Drew Sanders always trying to come off the edge, dude? It's really annoying. Anyways, fourth and final year after all those drafts, and we're going to be moving in to the playoffs here. Let's see if we can make them. Yes, let's see if we can actually make them. I've seen a lot of times I'll win the Super Bowl, then the next year I'll go 8-9 and miss the playoffs. It's ridiculous. And here we are in the playoffs as we are 11-6 as we get a 5 seed behind the 12-5 Chiefs, coming off a shutout win to the Buccaneers, 27-0, 92 overall team. We should easily be a top 4 seed here. That's ridiculous. 10th best offense in the league, 15th passing yards, 6 rushing yards, 6th best defense in points per game, 10th in passing defense, 2nd in rushing defense with the signing of Aleem McNeil here. Alex Allen's been amazing. Alex Allen here, 11 tackles for a loss, 20 sacks. Josh Hines Allen, 27 sacks. Gregory Rousseau with 21, but we still had more tackles for a loss than him. Josh Hines Allen's is just dominating. Then most in the league for interceptions is Patrick Surtain, 6 interceptions. He's tied there. And then McQueen here. Devin McQueen, is he reincarnated? If you know, you know. D. McQueen, Devin McQueen reincarnated here to the Tennessee Titans as a defensive back. You love to see it. Bo Nix, unbelievably mid. 4th best offense, not 4th, 13th best offense, 5th best defense. Again, this is a good season in real life. 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 101 pass rating in Madden. 17th offense, 17th passing yards, 18th passing touchdowns. I have no idea what I'm saying half the time, but mid, I guess, only sacked 31 times. Offensive line got better rushing-wise. Javonte Williams, no fumbles, 9 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, 1,100 yards. Another good season from him. Marvin Mims finally showing out here. 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Hopefully that's superstar development if we even make it that far. Eddie Nash, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy, I paid you all this money and I traded Drake London for this season. Neither of you have given me 1,000 yards. Xavier Worthy just got here. I'm extremely disappointed in Drake London. Then sacks on the team, allowed 8 for Taylor Moton. Gains, it's his first year and he's already outperforming Mike McGlinchey, and I don't have to pay him. A lot better. These really weren't that bad for offensive tackles. Tyler Linderbaum was 6. Dude, come on. You're like a center and you're like a, what, 95 overall? And then Drew Dahlman with 4. Like, he's way less overall, and he's still doing better than you. And then Quinn with only 2. He's been great. Drew Sanders, 123 tackles for a loss, 11 for Alex Allen, 10 for Jonah Ellis, 8 for Drew Sanders, sacks, 20 for Alex Allen, 11 for Jonah Ellis, 10 for Aleem McNeil. Great defensive line there. 6 interceptions for Pat Surtain, 3 for Riley Moss, 2 for Drew Sanders. Interceptions on the team at 9 for Dax Hill, 7 for Javon Holland, 5 for Pat Surtain. Safeties on the team, 1 for Jonah Ellis. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Pat Surtain and Riley Moss. Can the 92 overall Denver Broncos beat the 86 overall Jacksonville Jaguars? I sure hope so, dude. I'd be really mad if we lost this. Dude, come on. Come on, EA. What do you want me to do? Oh my gosh. What more do you want? I have a 92 overall team. Whatever. We won the Super Bowl. It's a successful rebuild. That's so lame. Unbelievably lame that I lose to a significantly worse team. Anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. This was a successful rebuild. Built a stacked defense, one of the best I've ever built. Not the best I've ever built. I've had like one where the entire defensive line was all X factors. Both my safeties were X factors. I think that was in like Madden 23 or 22. But anyways, guys, 90 overall team, 92 overall team, really good. And apart from that, guys, once again, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.